let me tell you, baby, I ain't got no problem with that. I ain't got no issue with that. You can watch me all you want to. I support you, King. As long as you ain't no deadbeat and dogging women out, okay? Yes, ma'am. I mean, yes, sir. So, anyways, this is basically just a messy ass ASMR gossip show, okay? If I'm being honest, I just find random topics on TikTok, random popular gossip, and then I bring it back to you, and I come tell you what's going on in the internet streets, okay? It ain't nothing too special if I'm being honest, but we just good vibes over here, okay? We doing the good vibes. So today I did decide to switch it up and do a whisper kind of video because a lot of y'all was in my comments asking. Let me quit lying. One of y'all was in the comments asking, probably about two of y'all, okay? So I decided, why not get him a whisper video? Yes, ma'am. But before I head into anything, I do want to say this. If your messy long neck ass watching right now, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Like, don't be no weirdo just sitting around watching my channel and not engaging. Okay, kings and queens. That's how I push my content out, okay? Yes, ma'am. But before I head into anything, I also want to do a quick disclaimer. Nothing that I talk about is made up by me. We just gonna be gossiping and spilling tea. Yes, ma'am. Sorry if I'm a little too energetic, y'all. I just drunk almost a whole cup of coffee. So we just gonna let it run, okay? Like that water you got running in your kitchen sink that's running up your light bill. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. So the first thing, y'all, that I do want to get into, that I got to talk about with y'all. I'ma be looking down on my tablet, of course, cause I gotta get all the details and all the notes and stuff like that, so that way I can break everything down with y'all, and it can make sense, okay? So first thing that I'ma do is go ahead and head into popular topics on the internet that's currently being talked about. And the first thing I'ma head into is this messy ass story time that I ran into on the internet. Honestly, I seen a bunch of people talking about it, so I was like, why not talk about it with you, okay? So it's basically this a Miami trip gone wrong between four female friends. So y'all probably already catch the vibe. Y'all know these girls be going out of town and then they come back home and they ain't friends no more. Okay? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't got too many female friends. I'm just being real. Just keeping it a bean. It be too much drama. Too much this, too much that. I ain't got time for this shit, okay? I be minding my business. But anyways, we messy as hell, so we gonna be up in that business today. Okay? But anyway, so it was this friend group that went to Miami to go out together. Okay? They went to go celebrate the New Year, so this did happen around New Year's time, but it's still very, very popular on TikTok. So it was four female friends, and everything was planned out in advance as far as they plans. So this what happened. Let me break it down for y'all, okay? So you got these four female friends. They all decided they gonna go to Miami for the New Year to go to a club. So one of the female friends, she was like, she was talking to this producer at the club or whatever the case may be. Honestly, I don't know shit about clubs. I ain't never been to no club, no day in my life. You know, I'm 25. I ain't never been to the club. Will I go one day? I don't know, cause I don't got time for people to be sweaty and man all up on my neck. No ma'am, no ma'am. Pepper spray the shit out of you. But anyways, so they decided, okay, we finna go to the club. We finna go turn up for the New Year's. One of their homegirls in contact with a producer. He gonna get them up in the club for free. Alright. So boom, they end up getting to Miami, and three of the friends So you know what the friends decided to do? They was like, we just gonna get you a Uber and send your ass home. And we finna go get up in that damn club, okay? But anyways, this is exactly what they did, but we gonna break it down and get into the details, okay? So they get to the door, and the promoter said that one plus size girl, she had to pay $300 to get in. So at this point, the plus size girl, she had ended up making a video about the situation, and she basically said they was outside for like 2 hours trying to decide what they was gonna do. The fuck are y'all? What are y'all sitting there for 2 hours going back and forth about what y'all finna do? Why y'all didn't say, fuck all this, we finna take my friend and we finna leave? If I'm being honest, the friend was a baddie. The friend that was 300 pounds, whatever the fuck. She looked good. She looked good. I'm talking about body T, waist snatched, titties sitting up juicy and big. She didn't even look bad at all, if you ask me. She one of them thick girls that got like a gold body shape. She looks so good. I'm gonna be sure to include some pictures and videos on the screen. But plus size wear, the girl looked good as hell. But anyways, so instead of leaving, they basically decided we finna sit outside the club for 2 hours just staring at each other back and forth, arguing about what we finna do. They been knew that they was finna leave that girl outside. They ain't trying to decide that damn long. It don't take 2 hours to decide if we finna go up in this club, or my friend gotta pay $300 just cause she got a little extra meat on her bones. It don't take that damn long. They been knew that they was gonna leave that girl out. I'm just being honest. Why it take y'all 2 hours to decide if y'all finna go up in the club? Girl, I was not born last night. Okay? I've been in this world for a long time, probably longer than you. So anyways, at this point, it's been 2 hours. So they told the girl like, hey, can we just get you an Uber home? You know, can we just get you an Uber and we gonna go up in the club? And the girl was like, you know what? Y'all can give me an Uber, but after this, it's over with. Like, we're not friends. She decided that she was done right then and there. She basically talked about how she felt humiliated. She felt embarrassed because y'all really gonna leave me out here. We didn't spend 2 hours for no damn reason. Talking about, I don't know what. I can't even imagine how that conversation went for 2 hours. That don't even make sense. But they didn't sit their ass outside for 2 hours and still decided to go in the club and leave their friend. It's the brain cells and emotional intelligence and shit in a room with us. Anyways, so she basically decided she done with their ass, and that was the end of that. I'm not gonna lie. That's weird as hell if you ask me. But anyways, so next we gonna move into Brene and Tim and Dr. Phil, little messy ass, okay? So if y'all don't know who Brene and Tim is, they are content creators. Brene is a content creator, and Tim he a cheater. He a cheater who left his wife for her best friend, and now they paying a $1.75 million lawsuit. Well, the Brene girl gotta pay that much money to her ex best friend for stealing her husband, but we gonna get into the details, okay? So they currently facing a lot of backlash because they recently went on the Dr. Phil show, right? They went on the Dr. Phil show to talk about their relationship, to talk about the overall situation that happened between them. Because if y'all don't know, Brene used to be best friends with this girl. We gonna call her Brene used to be best friends with Apple. Okay? Apple was married to Tim. Alright? So, Brene and Tim was having an affair. Brene was sleeping with her best friend, man. But come to find out, y'all, Brene actually dated him first in high school. So I just recently found it out on Dr. Phil. Not that it make the situation better, but they was allegedly high school sweethearts, okay? So, what happened from the information that I gathered, we just gonna read it right off the tablet, okay? Because I can barely remember, but so they went on a Dr. Phil show to talk about their relationship slash the case. That's what I got down. So, Brene went to go live with her best friend, which is the Apple girl, okay? Because Brene and her husband, they was having issues in their marriage. They was having relationship issues. So, she talked about it with her best friend, and her best friend decided, and her husband, like, hey, you can just come and stay with us until y'all figure it out. So boom, Brene moved in, and while she's living with them, she's actively messing with her best friend's husband. This girl had the nerve to say that they didn't have nothing going on while she was living with them, but in the same sentence, she said that they filmed 2 inappropriate videos in the house. Did y'all have something going on, or did y'all not? Which one is it? Cause it sounds like your ass lying. Okay, so anyways, you move in the house with your best friend and her husband, and while y'all living together, you make a video in the house with her husband talking about you can't wait to be his wife. And then y'all got another video with him coming up behind you while you turned this way, he walking up behind her and she dancing on him with her booty. What kind of friend you is? What kind of friend you is? So, y'all, I don't know what she called herself doing when she was going on that show to tell her side, to justify her and the Tim dude actions. She just contradicted herself the entire time. But anyways, so she moved in with them the entire time they having an affair. And if I'm being honest, I don't see how the best friend didn't see it, because it's videos all on the internet, y'all. She in the kitchen cooking with them and flirting with the girl husband in her face while she living there as a guest because her and her husband having issues. Girl, you didn't move there because you and your husband was having issues. You just wanted to hunch on that man and play stepmama while you living in the same house. That's exactly what she did. So anyways, while they on the show, the Tim dude, he also decided to tell his side of the story, because Dr. Bill, he basically brought them on his platform to get the tea, to see what was going on, okay? So this is what the Tim dude had to say. He basically talked about how he wasn't in love with his wife, his ex-wife. He said he wasn't in love with her, and that they basically only got married so that they can be able to move in with his parents. So you just basically saying out loud and proud that you a bum. You a bum. You gonna marry somebody just so you can go move back in with your parents. A bum. So Dr. Bill also was asking him questions about kids, because they got kids together, y'all. They got 2 kids. This man had the nerve to paint a picture out like his wife trapped him with the kids. They was not playing. Like, the entire time he was talking about his life with his ex-wife, the entire time he just made himself seem like it was no kind of relationship. She just trapped him. He didn't love her at all. And then they also had the nerve to say that the wife gave them consent Brene girl is heaven sent. They meant to be together. She heaven sent. And basically was telling him to pursue the relationship. This is his exact words. He said the ex-wife gave consent, told them to be together, said that Brene is meant to be his wife. She is God sent. So they facing backlash for that whole little interview, whatever you want to call it, segment that they did on Dr. Bill. Because if I'm being honest, I feel like they went on there to make the situation sound good, to try to paint themselves in a different light and make the situation look better than what it is. And all they did was embarrass the shit out themselves. That's all they did was make themselves look bad. They called themselves going on this show to clear their name up, just to let everybody know y'all didn't do shit but make yourself look more guilty. Alright, y'all. We gonna move on with this situation. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really like them. From seeing what I've seen on the internet, it's just I don't like people that do stuff like that, like they move that grimy. Like, to do something like that is absolutely disgusting. So I'ma quit discussing them. Alright? So next we gonna move into Chris and Ekane. Now, I'ma get into who they are, but they've been all over every single social media platform. So some of y'all probably know who they are, okay? Chris and Ekane, they basically this popular TikTok couple. The reason why I say that they a TikTok couple is because that's kind of like they stomping grounds TikTok. That's where Ekane started off on. That's where she got like a popularity on. That's where she built a fan base. And then it kind of went up from there. Okay. So Ekane, she is a content creator and an online personality. To me, she is well known, but some of y'all may not know who she is. She does wig, like hair, makeup content, but her main content overall is her and her baby daddy Chris toxic relationship, and that's the reason why they are currently trending. Every time I see any kind of video of them, I don't know, y'all, it's hard to kind of get into detail, but I'm gonna just try to break it down for y'all the best of my ability, because I don't know if my brain shut down, but I feel like I don't know, I'm checking out mentally talking about this, okay? But they kind of one of them couples where like they live in this toxic relationship cycle where it's like they constantly go through the same thing on repeat. Like every time you see them, it's like you kind of know exactly what to expect out of them. Basically, it's some cheating in a relationship. It's some DV in a relationship. It's just overall toxic. They do have their good moments on social media, but overall, it's like they in this toxic cycle and loop. So recently, they was trending on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, because it was pictures and videos going around of the Ekane girl having a big black eye. So originally, a lot of her fans and supporters, they thought that it was like clickbait. They thought that it was just like to get views and make money, because for some reason a lot of her supporters believe that her and her baby daddy be just doing stuff just to make money, and it's probably because she broadcast their relationship. So you seeing all the good and the bad. So most of the time when the bad stuff be going on, everybody thinking that it's just for a check. Baby, this shit is not just for a check. That's them people real life. Even though they broadcasting it, that's real life. I don't know how people can't tell that what be going on between them is real. But I can tell. I can look at it. Even when I saw that black eye, I knew it was real. So it was pictures and videos supporters thought it was fake till they seen pictures of her face like the day after the situation happened. So basically, she was on live, her baby daddy was on live. It was just so messy, but it came. I'm gonna break down what happened to this situation. What happened with this situation, okay? So Ekane basically, allegedly cheated on Chris. She said at her own mouth she cheated on him, but hey, alright. So he basically went through her phone and he found some pictures and videos, some explicit pictures of videos of her laying up naked with a dude. He found these pictures on her Snapchat chat. So at this time, she basically lied to him. She told him that they was old, like she don't care what he do with the bitches because they old or whatever the case may be. And then she proceeded to say that he kept going through her phone and he basically seen her texting her friend, telling her friend what she had going on with the dude. So then he basically found out that she was lying to him, that the pictures were recent. The stuff that he seen in her phone, it was recent. So boom, after that happened, he was mad, but that's not where it escalated at, okay? She basically said that a couple of days after that, she had came back home at 7 o'clock in the morning. So when she came home at 7 o'clock in the morning, her baby daddy Chris decided to go through her phone. So the moment he went through her phone, he ended up finding out that she was with a dude. So that's when stuff basically escalated, and that's when she popped up with a big black eye. So she being talked about right now because a lot of her fans and supporters is pissed off at her. They mad as hell at her. A lot of them thought this was fake. So when they come out to find, when they see that it's real and that it's real life, honestly, I feel like a lot of people starting to see that a lot of stuff that be going on in her life, it's not just for the internet, that it's actually real. So I feel like the people that's mad at her is the people that thought that it was fake and that it was for a check. But now that they come into their common sense and they see that this is this girl real life, they starting to understand that, oh, this stuff ain't really just for clicks and views. Like, you really letting this man put his hands on you like that. And that's the reason why they being talked about. Because if I'm being honest, she already said she not gonna leave that man alone. She said that's her man. She gonna stick beside him. She love him. She got 3 kids with him. She actually just had 1 kid, another child. But she said the reason why she was cheating on him is because he was cheating on her. When she was recently pregnant, she said you was coming home at 7 o'clock in the morning while I was pregnant, and I told you that when I drop that baby, I'ma drop these draws and you gon' feel bad, you gon' be sick. So if I'm being honest, it's like they in this toxic cycle, they both be doing stuff to each other. They both be antagonizing each other. They both be putting hands on each other. So I don't believe that this gon' stop. To me, this just one of them situations where everybody just gotta turn a blind eye and mind their damn business. But if I'm being honest, y'all, do I feel like stuff like this should be on the internet? Absolutely not. And it's mainly because even though she be letting people know that she's not a role model and all this kind of stuff, she still got some young supporters that might be looking up to her in some kind of way, because she is a big content creator. She got a big following on all her social media platforms. So if you ask me, I don't feel like this is something that should be like normalized. Anyways, y'all, so moving on to the next popular topic. So it's this girl by the name of Jasmine Chis. So if y'all don't know who she is basically Jada Waiter's older sister. Jada Waiter, she basically this really big content creator. She also a business owner, all that kind of stuff. So she got an older sister by the name of Jasmine Chis. I think that's how you pronounce her name. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, my bad. But she currently being talked about because it's this viral video floating around from her Snapchat where she was basically filming a video with her son. Her son is around 1 year old. His name is Blaze, y'all. That little boy is so freaking cute. Oh my gosh, I just love kids. Even though I'm not having no more kids, which I already got one, okay? Y'all can keep adding on to the population. So it's this viral video floating around of her. She was basically vlogging her day on Snapchat, cause y'all know it be a lot of celebrities and influencers and stuff on Snapchat. Girl, they be getting that bag. You need to post on there too. But anyway, so she one of them people like she be vlogging her day on Snapchat, right? So in the video clip, she told her son to say bye or hey or something. And he did like this hand movement where after he did something, he did like this. And I don't know why that pissed her the fuck, that pissed her off. She got real mad about that. At first she was laughing and then she got serious like, and she started asking him like, where you get that from? You don't do that. Like she basically started correcting his behavior and it's pissed a lot of people off. It was kind of like 50-50 if I'm being honest. Some people felt like, girl, what the hell are you talking to that baby like that? He 1 year old, he don't know what he doing. And then other people felt like, that's her child. Why y'all sitting up here making a big deal about somebody correcting their child? She don't want her child doing all them sassy hand movements and all that kind of stuff. And then some people was even bringing up her sister, Jada's son, Loyal. They felt as if her son, Jada's son, is teaching Blaze sassy movements and behaviors. Let me just say this. I do not like when people be talking about other people's kids. First of all, it's super inappropriate. I don't like how they be talking about Jada's son. And if I'm being honest, I'm glad that she be keeping him off the internet because the comments about Jada Waiter's son, Loyal, is absolutely disgusting. The same with Krishan Rock's son. I hate when people down talk people kids because kids are innocent. Keep the kids out of it. But back to her sister, if I'm being honest, in my opinion, I do feel like she did a little too much. She can raise her son the way she wants to. But I just feel like she should have left it off camera because to watch that video, it did feel kind of cringe, ma'am. Because why are you yelling in a 1-year-old face? All he know is Coco Melon and Cheeto Puffs. I don't feel like it was that deep. But like I said, she can raise her son the way she wants to. But anyways, messy bitches, this is the end of this video. If you guys did enjoy, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time.